What's going on, guys? This is Unicorn, and welcome to Feed the Beast. This is the server that Kyle and I, our original lady, have been playing on for quite a bit of time, and I thought I would just kind of show you guys what we've been doing. This is kind of my first attempt, anyway, at really dealing with any of the kind of tech-based mods that there are, so I did okay, I think, considering that I have very little experience with it, so yeah, so I guess we'll head into our little building here, which just happens to be in a redwood tree because, um, I don't know, I thought it was a kind of cool idea to just hollow it out and live inside, and it's very, like, low effort as well. So, we have a bunch of chests in here with just various stuff. They're all labeled. There's nothing really interesting in these ones. We have our power suit mod, tinker table thingy, and we have all of our gems in here, all of our ores, kind of metals and stuff in there, and just random stuff I don't know how to use goes in here. And in this clear chest, we have all of basically the tech-oriented stuff. We have things from, looks like this is from IC2 Industrial Craft, this is from Modular Power Suits. This stuff here, it's Buildcraft Pipes. We have a bunch of rubber and different kinds of wires. And, it takes a little bit to get started in this. You start out very slowly working with very kind of lame and not powerful machines, and then you kind of, the more you go along, the faster the progression gets. So, down here we just have basic Tinker's Construct stuff that we never used. If Tinker's lets you build kind of like random tools and stuff, and it's kind of cool, but it's only really useful in the beginning of the game, which we're well past now, so I guess it doesn't really hold any significance anymore. Actually, what I'm wearing, I have quantum suit leggings, boots, and a helmet, and then I have this advanced nano chest plate, which basically is I think it's as strong as diamond, if not stronger, and it has a built-in jetpack, so I can fly for pretty much however long I want. It runs off of EU, which is, I think, electric units, and that's from Industrial Craft, all this kind of armor that holds electricity, and quantum suit stuff is completely OP, and it's really hard to get, so anyway, I'll show you guys our basement here. I think this is Mistcraft kind of stuff that Kyle's been messing around with. I don't really know anything about it other than the fact that it kind of just teleports you to a very similar and purplish looking world, and then there's not really anything special about the worlds. This is our grindstone. I don't know how to use it, and we have, I don't know, I think this is from Dartcraft. It's basically an enchanting table, but instead of using experience, it uses Minecraft jewels and force. So that's kind of cool. I don't know what he has in here, just kind of assorted tools from that. And over here, we have a coke oven, which basically, you put coal in here, and it'll just start itself up, and it produces coal coke. And it takes about a minute and a half for it to create one coal coke, I believe. And coal coke is 4 times as efficient as normal coal. So basically, you're turning 1 stack of coal into the equivalent of 4 stacks of coal. So that's pretty cool. And also, it creates creosote, which I'll get into a bit in a minute. We have a tank down below that holds all of our creosote, so this is always nice and empty. This is just a random chest that I used in kind of housing stuff for a building project I was doing, which I'm now finished with. And so, let's see, I'll start with all of our machines. Here we have an induction furnace, which basically speeds up as you heat things up. Well, that's kind of weird. It it heats up as it smelts, and the more you smelt in it, the faster it smelts. So that's only really useful for large amounts of things. And then we have our standard electric furnaces, and then the macerator is really helpful. It basically, you put 1 iron ore into it, and it gives you 2 iron dust, which you can smelt into 2 iron ingots. So it helps you double all of your ores, ingots, and all that. And extractor, that's really kind of has a niche use. We use it to get extra rubber from sticky resin. And then this helps you make carbon fiber and various ingots and stuff. It just squishes it down. And crafting bench, this is empty. I don't know why we have this here. This is a chunk loader. And the reason I have this there is for all the stuff that goes on behind this wall, which I'll get into very quickly, or shortly. And here we have an HP charging bench. Basically just allows you to put all your armor inside of it, and it charges it up. It's running off of all of the power kind of stuff that we have behind this wall as well. And basically, since it's nighttime, it's not really charging, but it'll charge up during the daytime so you can put your stuff in and charge it up. And here we have mass fabricators, which basically they use a lot of electricity and scrap to create UU matter. And UU matter, basically if you put this in a crafting bench, you can craft everything from snowballs to redstone, iridium, diamonds. It has a lot of uses. And these are pretty hard to make, and they take a lot to run as well. And UU matter is created very slowly, but it's very, very helpful to have once you get going. And yes, so I think I will show you guys all that goes on behind this door here. I kind of made the door unnecessarily difficult to open. Well, it's not that difficult. You just do open door in the computer, and it opens it right up. And this is done with computer craft, so if you go to edit, open door, you can see just the very little code that I had to put in to get it to do that. So it's kind of cool. You can make your own software within it, which is pretty sweet. I'll start with our coke oven here. This down here is our tank full of creosote. Creosote has really not much use. It helps with Steve's card stuff, which we haven't really played around with that much. I'm not sure if I'm going to get into it at a later point, but if I do, I'll have plenty of creosote. It just prevents the metal, not metal, it helps keep wood ties from rotting, which I guess is a thing in that, so I suppose that's good to have. And the main reason I have it is just so I don't have to deal with all the creosote building up in the coke oven. This holds probably, at least I'd say 100 times as much creosote as this would, so that's why that is there. Now, onto the ugly part back here. It all starts up here. All the power gathering starts up here with our solar panel array. Now I'm under it right now, but I'll show you guys this in a bit. It's all connected to an MFSU, which basically collects all of the energy from the solar panels and sends it down here into another MFSU. And this splits off. I'll start with the low voltage first. It goes off here into a medium voltage transformer, which basically transforms this high voltage signal from the MFSU into a medium voltage signal, which goes to these MFEs. And then we have two of these, which holds 600,000 EU total. And then these go into this thing, which is a low voltage transformer, which turns this medium voltage power into low voltage. So what this does is allows us to fill up bat boxes, which are low voltage, and they hold 40,000 EU. And we have a bunch of these lined up so that even at nighttime we'll never run out of power for these. That was a problem I ran into a lot at the beginning of our world, but since then it's definitely become less of an issue. And now, so if we follow this along here, this very, very long copper wire goes down to these scrap recyclers, sorry. And what these do is they take any kind of material you put in them. In this case, it happens to be cobblestone, and every about 8 or so cobblestone, they will create 1 scrap. And what you can do with scrap there, you see it right there. What scrap does is it greatly increases the speed at which you can create UU matter. Granted, it's still nighttime, so these aren't really working. But it decreases the amount of EU you need to make 1 UU matter from, like, I think something stupid like 1 million or 10 million down to about 166,000. So now we can create UU matter fairly quickly because we have all this scrap. And to get this working, all I had to do was I set up a few cobblestone generators using a block breaker, and those are just hooked up to build craft pipes. And basically, whenever that cobblestone forms, it breaks that using the power from all the way down there, and it pipes it down into here. And I have a very, probably overly complicated pipe setup because I'm not really good at this at the moment. But basically, it just randomly chooses to go to the left one or the right one. And these two recyclers always empty out into the same place down here, and the scrap is being extracted from them by these redstone engines, and that puts it down into this one pipe, which goes all the way back here, and then it randomly selects whether it wants to go to the top or the bottom mass fabricator. And if there's not any room in the mass fabricator, basically it just, these metal pipes here will prevent it from backing up into the system, so it just kind of idles in this cobblestone pipe there until it's needed by one of the mass fabricators. And the only reason that these recyclers are able to keep up with all of this is that they have overclocker upgrades, which basically means that now it takes 49% of the original time to process one block. And if it weren't for that, they would get extremely backed up, and there would be cobblestone flying everywhere, and that'd be really awful. So we have that in there to speed it up, although it does increase the power usage, which is kind of an annoyance, but what can you do? So now we're going to go, I think, yeah, there's nothing back there. We're going to go up to the top, and I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to show you my solar panels, which took so much effort to make. My God, I've probably spent more time on these solar panels than anything else in the game, pretty much. So, up on the top, we have one medium voltage solar array. And to put this into perspective, let's search solar panel. So, this is a solar panel. This is what it takes: a generator, circuits, glass, etc. So that's not that bad, right? Well, to make a, let's see, to make a medium voltage solar array, right, you need 8 low voltage solar arrays. So wait a second, how do you make a low voltage solar array? Well, you need 8 solar panels. So to make one medium voltage solar array, you need 64 solar panels. Or sorry, to make one medium voltage solar array, you need 64 solar panels. And let me tell you, those 64 solar panels are so freaking annoying to make, I cannot even put into words. But we did it. And so back here, I just had extras because I made a huge miscalculation, so I put in low voltage solar arrays. And the only advantage that these have over just a crap ton of normal solar panels is that they just save space and it looks tidier. And back here, down here, I just recently replaced all of our solar panels with advanced solar panels, and what these do is instead of generating 1 EU per tick during the day and 0 at night, these will produce 8 EU per tick during the day and 1 EU per tick during the night. So essentially, we're getting so much more power than we were before during the day, and we actually have some power, even though it's not a lot, we have some coming in during the night, which is very nice. And over here, we just have a rubber tree farm because you need so much rubber to do basically anything, because I swear everything in this mod uses some sort of wire which needs insulation. We have cactus farms so we can make waterproof piping, and I just have that one in the middle for decorational purposes. And now, over to Kyle's, these are forest trees. I don't know why they look like solid blocks of gold, but they look pretty baller, so I mean, hey, they look pretty cool. And we had quite a few kind of tiny slash glitchy bad lame-o quarries here, but I've since covered them up with a few layers of cobble and dirt. And this is our current quarry. It doesn't look like it's running right now, but it's very easy to run. Basically, you just need, in my case, I'm using an aqueous accumulator, which pumps water into these steam engines. And if you put, like, say, coal coke into these, they'll start pumping out. I want to get them in sync. That's kind of bothersome. Goes and provides power to the quarry, which then powers this whole thing down here. And this little arm goes back and forth and destroys all the blocks in here and gives you all the ores and all the goodies that you could ever dream of. And all of this ends up in this chest here, which is a really big chest. I think it's called an obsidian chest. It's slightly bigger than a diamond chest, maybe? I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that, but basically, I mean, well, it just stores all of our stuff, and I haven't really organized it lately, so it looks terrible. And, oh yes, one more thing I didn't really remember to show you. That's pretty much it for the outside and all of our tech-oriented stuff. We don't have anything interested or worth showing in the nether. That's been really only for resources only. And let's see, where is it? It's in here. So what you can do with cobblestone that you couldn't do in vanilla is you can compress it. So basically, wow, okay, zombies, you're really annoying me. Let's turn you down a bit. Um, so what you can do is you can actually compress it by making basically a 3 by 3 block in your crafting table. And so when you do that, you can compress the compressed cobblestone, you compress the double compressed cobblestone the same way, until you get what we have is quadruple compressed cobblestone. Now, one of these blocks has 6,561 cobblestone in it. That's a lot of cobblestone, and we have more too, but I just haven't really. It gets kind of tedious making all those, but I thought that was just kind of cool feature. But it doesn't really serve any purpose. I think I don't know what you can do with cobble, but it looks kind of cool. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for our Feed the Beast Unleashed world. I probably should have mentioned that it was unleashed. I don't think I did. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I think Kyle and I are going to be starting up a series when he gets his better internet. When he gets his better internet, I think we're going to be doing something, possibly Direwolf 20, which is a very similar mod pack. It just has some different mods and is missing some mods. But anyway, it's going to be real fun, so I hope you guys check that out. We have a Hexet world as well, which is kind of a magical type deal. It's similar to this, but it's more magic kind of stuff rather than technology. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna probably put out more content related to this if you guys watch it or enjoy it or care at all. If no one does, I won't bother with it. But so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, if you could leave a like, it really helps me out a lot. Tell me if you want to see more kind of stuff like this, and I won't just be showing you worlds. I'll actually be doing things. I'm not that stupid. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.